Yeah, so I got into being a real estate instructor just because education is a part of what I bring to the table. I always tell people that what you've done in your past is what you're bringing. When you are a real estate professional, you bring the all the experiences that you've had. So I've been an educator, a school principal, a college professor, and so I have to bring that to my role as a real estate professional. So I got into owning and operating my own school just by virtue of there was a need for it. I was constantly being asked to teach pre-licensing classes, to bring in new agents, people who were agents matriculating up to brokers. Um, and it was just a need for it. So I said, instead of working alongside these real estate associations and these other schools and building their business, I said, from an entrepreneurial standpoint, I need to build my own. So I opened my own school. My husband and I opened our school during the pandemic in
Wow.
2020. We were real estate investors and developers previous to going into real estate years ago. And then we went into traditional real estate where we represented clients for buyers and sellers. But we always had that educational background. And so we brought that in and we opened the school in that time. And the rest is, I like to say, history. I mean, we have a real niche with the military population. By virtue of where we sit, we're in Northern Virginia, which is there are so many military bases and military influences here. So we do have that niche, but it was really anyone who wanted to build and launch a successful career in real estate, even real estate investing. We have a real estate investing and development track at our school as well. So we cast a wide net, but it's highly entrepreneurial and entrepreneurially focused. We focus on preparing them to be real estate agents and get their licenses. They can go the commercial track or they can go the residential. Primarily, the majority go residential. And we also, through the real estate investing space, it can be residential development. It can also be commercial development. We've worked with people who've done both. It's a lot of homegrown and a lot of grassroots marketing. We have a website. We are partners with the DoD Skill Bridge program. Anyone familiar with
What
that?
is that? What is that
The
program?
DoD Skill Bridge program is a program established by the Department of Defense to
Okay.
assist those active duty members who are transitioning out of those DoD fields, careers, um, into other career paths. So for the last 90 days of their term, they can do an internship, they can take classes, they can interview, with a new career field or what have you. But we are one of their partners, and that's where we've been getting a lot of our leads for the past 6 months or so through DoD Skillbridge. We're also a V3 certified vendor as well, which is Virginia Values Veterans. So we participate in trade shows. We talk to military spouses. We talk with those who, once again, are transitioning, just want a different career path. We just formed a partnership just yesterday with Willing Warriors out in Prince William County, which deals with wounded warriors and helping them transition into whatever field, but we're focusing on the entrepreneurship piece. Really.
We,
And I have a list of skills that we often speak with. We were talking to the Veterans Commission in Prince William County last week, and we went to their board meeting, and they were saying, "So you think veterans can be successful in real estate?" I said, "Absolutely." And this is a list I prepared for them, but I said I would share with you too. For one thing, we find that veterans have, by virtue of being veterans, the discipline and work ethic necessary to be an
yep.
entrepreneur of anything. Um, Not just real estate, but anything. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take work ethic. It's going to take attention to detail. That military population has excellent training and paying attention to the little things. It's the little things, adaptability and problem solving. We give you a problem, you have to figure out how to get out of this situation, how to get out of this room, how to talk this person off a ledge, so to speak, how to negotiate a situation. Those are all skills that you need as a real estate entrepreneur. Networking and communication. It's all about who you know in this business. It's all about who you know and how you work the skill and how you communicate. Your soft skills are incredibly important. Your soft skills that you get in the military, you run across people from all different walks of life who you would have never had the opportunity to meet were you not in that particular field. And lastly, understanding local markets and being able to navigate them quickly, as military personnel are often moved about and have been moved about. So those are skills that they bring that are easily transferable into a real estate entrepreneurship quest. And I have a team of agents on my real estate team. We have 227 agents under us, my husband and I. And I would say a large majority of those folks, I haven't done the actual point by point math, but just thinking about it, about 45% are military, are former prior military, and they're extremely successful. And they're
Yep.
bringing those skills that they gained from the military into this business, and they're doing an excellent job. What we decided to do was to take our skills and and I say not directly, we do some Airbnb stuff with my parents, but not directly ourselves, whereas it's our main bread and butter. We used to do that, and we've just gone in a different direction. But what we do is we do it by virtue of consulting our students. So we work alongside them. We help them analyze deals. Just recently, we helped a gentleman. He took our real estate investing course, and we were able to assist him with acquiring, just by virtue of consulting, acquiring an office building for medical businesses. So he was able to take the training that he received from us. He was able to buy the building, and now he has medical businesses in his office building. So those are the types of real estate investment transactions that we're doing. We've helped my brother acquire a multi-unit, so we're consulting him. So we're doing it by way of, consulting, but we're not actually real estate investors ourselves at the moment. We use some of our own funds, equity from other properties. At one point, we owned 17 investment properties, and we were using those as banks
Okay.
to fund different ventures. We did a couple. I don't know if you all have heard of the St. James. It's um it's a large sports facility. We were partners with the founder and CEO of that. We did a lot of projects with him. That's one of the largest arenas. There's one in Springfield, there's one in Reston, there's one in Bethesda, and they're opening one in Chicago. So it's huge. And so we partnered with people for larger projects. And we did not, for the record, partner on the St. James. I want to make that clear. But I'm saying we've partnered with folks like that to build our portfolios and to gain our experiences. My business as a real estate school, I see that
Cool.
the sky is the limit, because it's becoming more and more important that people are educated the right way. You said yourself, the real estate industry is under attack. I think it's not the industry itself. I think it's the National Association of Realtors who's under attack, which only represents about 49% of all real estate professionals. So that leaves us 51% of others who are not involved in that particular name there that you're talking about that has a negative name. But regardless, there's always going to be a need for housing. There's always going to be a need for people to assist those wanting to do real estate ventures, whether it be find a rental all the way up to developing a project. So the need will be there, and it may look different how we do it, how we consult. That's the thing I love about real estate. It's not black and white, and it changes all the time. So the sky is the limit. That was GI Bill. Currently, we're in the process of being approved for that. So that's coming soon. But I do know that there are other funds. I used to work with Fort Belvoir, and many of the people I got from there used funds through is it ACS or anyone ever heard of any of these terms? They use those funds. So Patty, you're shaking your head. Good. I said the right acronym. There's so many in in the military. But I know that there are different funds that can be used for that. The other thing with the DoD Skill Bridge, keep in mind, you're being compensated while you're in our classes and you're not working your actual post. So that's another way to look at it as well. The second, I mean, there is no one base. I've had someone in my class from Germany, Hawaii, um, somewhere in Maryland, locally Woodbridge. So they're coming from all over. The inquiries, I get at least 3 or 4 a week. And these people are all over the world. So there is no one, because once you're on the DoD Skillbridge site, anyone can find me anywhere. Texas, I mean, California, all over the place. And they can take it by way of Zoom because because it's a virtual platform. The other thing is I'm having people, this is interesting, something to think about. I'm having people who take the course who say, well, I don't have any intent to be a real estate agent in Virginia because my school is only through Virginia. But where I'm going to need this training for whatever. I've had people take it for CEUs. And they were moving into the banking industry, and the banking industry that they were moving into requires that they have something in a course like ours. So people are using it to meet different objectives, not always just to be in real estate. And thirdly, Patty, your question was Airbnb training. From the real estate pre-licensing standpoint, no, our focus is not on any particular niche. It is more of a, for those of you who went to college, you remember you would take like survey of history, and it's like a walk through history. That's what this is. This is more of a survey of real estate where you dibble and dabble a little bit here and there to pass the exam. However, with our experience of running successful Airbnbs, by virtue of my parents, my real estate investing course helps with that. And that has nothing to do with the licensing process. The people you partner with mean everything, and you can't do it alone, and we can't operate in silos. I do think you're as successful as the people you're with. And like one person said, if you're the smartest person there, you're probably in the wrong group. You need to be in a group where you're embarrassed to ask questions, but you still ask. Never be afraid to ask. But you're like, oops, I don't even know if I should say this. So look at your circle. Who are you with, and what types of projects are they doing? And those are the people you want to surround yourself with, in terms of entrepreneurship. In terms of one of the things we stress in our real estate investing courses is the deal analysis spreadsheet, which is a spreadsheet that helps you to analyze the deal. You have to see the money. You have to see it there before you go into the venture. It will come, but you need to have a realistic perspective on how you're going to get it. And so you never go in just, oh, it's almost like gambling, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to throw this at it and see if it works. No, you should have some advisement, you should have some guidance, you should have some consultation on anything you're doing, especially if it's something brand new, like a real estate investing or an Airbnb. I know Patty asked about that. See your numbers before you enter into it.